Good evening, football fans, and welcome to the 14th season of Dobyns Bennett Football with Coach Graham Clark. The 2014 Indians opened the season with an exciting game Friday night, sinking the Farragut Admirals 31-27 in a nail-biter that went down to the last second. Great opening game, Coach.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 14 years we've been doing this, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I had to pull out the record books, but they were all on 45s.
It's kind of like how long I've been coaching. I've been coaching so long. When I started, beef, eggs, milk, gravy, and sunshine were all good for you.
They still ain't bad. You can look at my belly and tell.
I still like them pretty good.
Yeah.
Great ball game, a great Dobyns Bennett crowd that showed up and cheered for us every second. Come from behind effort by our young men. Plenty of mistakes made, as there usually are in an opening ball game. Some by the kids, some by me. And, we just start the season off finding a way to probably get on high blood pressure medication. Down 11 with 10 minutes to go. Missed some opportunities in the red zone a couple of times. Great night for Landon Sayers, 3 for 3 on field goals. He had started the season off with a 45-yarder that's probably good from 55 if we'd have needed it to be, and 5 kickoffs in the end zone.
That's big. That's big whenever you got some good people running them back.
And they did.
Yeah.
Some talented running backs, some talented receivers. Tanner Thomas, Franklin Stooksbury at receiver, and a young man at quarterback by the name of Newmoff. I got to think maybe he's got a little bit of it in his blood. It was a good Farragut football team. Now, you take that big old right tackle, Gillum, he's 6'5", 275, committed to Wake Forest last week.
Right.
He can block out the sunshine. They have him come to church picnics to provide shade. Then the young man beside him, 6'1", 270. And so they kind of tried to pound it behind those guys some. But at the same time, they wanted to get some balance, I know, and they ended up throwing it 36 times.
Yeah. And
towards the end of the game, of course, once we got ahead, they had to throw it a little bit more. Special night, special opener for our young men.
The preseason's been fairly comfortable and weather-wise, and all of a sudden, to get to the end of the week last week, and the temperature decided to crank it up. And I know you've been doing a lot of stuff with offensive and defensive platoons, that kind of thing. Did you seem to think that may have helped you?
Oh, I thought, yeah.
In the latter part of the night?
Yeah, I told our young men at halftime I thought we'd wear them down in the second half. Playing up tempo and playing 22 people, and actually we probably played about 42 people in the game. And the heat was not comfortable. Back in mine in your day, they'd have given us about 10 salt tablets. And we'd have had to snuck a lemon in to suck on, But Coach Trevitt, Coach Horn, they did a good job reminding our guys over there to keep getting water and keep getting hydration. And
starting early. I mean, I know I was by there for a little while early in the morning. They were talking about, go ahead and just hydrate all day long. That's the best thing for you.
And start on Wednesday. Don't wait till Friday. So you guys have got to have a little bit of discipline to do that too.
All right, Coach, let's go ahead and started out here the first
opening drive,
first part of Indian football. New white uniforms, look awful nice.
Skylar East to Elijah Dunn for 18 yards. Good throw, floated it over those linebackers' heads. It's going to look like here for a while everything that I'm going to bring up is a pass.
Elijah had 6
You're going to see
catches.
this one again. We got a little glitch here in our technology system, and
I just thought
it's good.
Replay.
It's good. Yeah, it's a little replay.
Good snap.
Pretty good protection there.
Good job getting in the middle there where we're just a little
in between 2 safeties.
Exactly. Find the place.
And
we're running the hurry-up offense now. Is that true?
That's true. It looks like it's really hurried up right now because it seems like we're in fast motion. But yes, this is a remarkable catch by Cole Maupin. I think when you tapped the table there, it said it in fast motion.
Okay.
And we'll see it again. Good throw by Skylar, but watch this one-handed catch by Cole Maupin. Cole battled for the starting quarterback position, and quite an athlete. And we ended up moving him out to slot, and he's still playing some quarterback for us. And we stall out. 45-yard field goal by Landon Sayers coming up. Landon has really worked hard in the offseason.
Sammy Stewart doing a good job getting the ball down there.
Tyler Norris and Sammy been snapping and catching for 3 years. And that's such a good field goal, I think we ought to see it again. And we'll watch this technique right here. See, that's for you folks at home to study the field goal technique and protection. And those old boys underneath, now they do a good job getting their arms up.
All right, start
On
up 3-0.
3-0. Farragut goes a 15-play drive. They end up scoring. This is nice hustle by Quentin Polinsky. And there's Chris Moore running from the defensive end spot. You know, you really don't account for the defensive end when you're throwing those quick screen passes. And Chris is a junior that had a great off-season in the weight room and has really, really improved himself. Jacob Roller, freshman, sophomore, running out there as a linebacker. But they had a great drive and scored. We come back. We had a hold on the kickoff, and we started a 93-yard drive. This is not the first play of it, but this is Skylar East to Cole Maupin, little quick route. Jordan Jeffers out there with a nice block.
Fair move of change, first down.
Cole makes a couple of people miss, runs through one, and then here's one from Skylar East to Mikael Foreman. Mikael does a good job. Skylar gets a little bit of pressure right there. Mikael does a good job of finding that crease. He had 5 catches for the night, and he's getting that ball to the official and getting lined back up again. Jacoby Thompson, I believe this is Jacoby, 11-yard run. Nice little trap block. And he's just going to get better and better. Jacoby played JV for us last year.
16 carries for 89 yards Friday night.
And it's our first touchdown of the year. Good little route. Mikael Foreman splits the middle. Nice blitz pickup by Jacoby Thompson. Mikael catches it in the middle and makes one miss. And he's got that thing in the zone and all excited. I don't blame him.
Indians up 10-7 right there.
Josh Holt coming up out of the secondary. Man, I mean, he come up and stuck that guy for a gain of 0. Josh only had 16 tackles.
Wow.
16 tackles.
Josh just a fine athlete.
Pass breakup. Tackle for a loss from the free safety position. Here we got a little stemming, a little stunting. They're going to run a little ISO play here. Newey Burton takes it on nice. And then Jacob Roller and Chris Moore make that play. New series. We went 3 and out the next time. They are moving it a little bit here. 2nd and 4. Newey Burton comes free. 9-yard sack. Nice job of disguising the stunt and coming through and making the play. 3rd and 13. I believe we got back on fast play there. Let's see if we can get that fixed. Well, that's a nice pass breakup. Well, we look fast right there, don't we? Josh Holt. We throw an interception. Jacob Roller here, tackle for a loss. He gets a little bit of help from a tall turf. Gets a hand on him. We got some people coming. Rashad Hunter coming down the line. That's one of Jacob's 14 tackles.
Yeah, like you said, you know, in first games you make some mistakes. We had a couple of picks down here close, and sort of. I think we held them to maybe 1 touchdown out of the whole
yes, sir.
thing. Yeah,
that's Ben Foster. We had 3 picks on consecutive plays.
Yeah.
Through an interception, they fumbled it back to us on the interception. Another one.
They're up right here, I believe, 17-10, I believe. This is right before half, isn't it?
It's a nice return by Mikael Foreman, yes. Shifts gears there. Thought he had a chance to outrun that guy if he'd have stayed down the seam, but I never did run back a kickoff, so I don't really have much expertise to talk about. We
get the ball in real good field position.
Quick
right
screen here to Josh Holt. Man, we get a holding call on Elijah Dunn. You folks can see this. 22 coming out here, and it's tight angle. Nice little block on the corner, looks like to me. You know, we had a chance to have it with a little more time on the 9-yard line, but it moves back a little bit. So we come back and pick up another first down. This is, again, Skylar East to Josh Holt. Josh alternated with a couple of other guys at receiver. Finds that dead seam, first down. Come on, hurry up, 2-minute offense, let's go. No time to waste. East to Foreman for 13 yards. Don't get this block just like we want to, but he makes one miss, and all of a sudden he's down the side. We throw one that was about 1 inch out of the back of the end zone.
Okay.
Had to throw it on third down, and we end up settling for a field goal. Time running out, and then let's see. I think we get him down on the kickoff. It's Peyton Laughlin, defensive tackle, with a nice tackle for a loss to end the half. So we go in at halftime down 17-13. A couple of chances there that we didn't take advantage of, but fighting. And I told our offense at halftime, I said, Farragut's going to run the ball some. They're going to try and control the ball. Don't know how many chances we'll get in the second half, so we got to take advantage of the chances we get.
Yeah.
And we did.
I'd like to talk just for a second here. 17-13 at halftime, but talk about the good people that helped bring this show, and Southern Dwellings, Diane Hill and Clarissa Brown. Diane's been with us many years on this show, and we really appreciate them. They're a great real estate service in the town. Kia of Kingsport. Is Coach Fulmer running that now?
Coach Fulmer's getting his picture all over town with it. Chance Scott, former wide receiver for the Science Hill Hilltoppers. He was the general manager of that place, and good folks to talk to, good folks to visit with. I want a tool set out there.
Did you really? You know how to use it?
No. I don't have a clue how to
so.
use it. Maybe Rusty can come home and show me. And then, of course, Diane and Clarissa, longtime supporters. I had Clarissa when she was a student at Dobbins Bennett, and one of my favorites. So they've done a great job putting together a staff that's selling houses all over town.
Hayworth Tires, Brian Hayworth. Brian's been with us for several years. Got two fine youngins come through the program, Ty and Austin, and glad to have him with us.
Ty playing at Wake Forest right now. Austin getting ready to play in the new program at East Tennessee State. And Brian Hayworth has been a tremendously loyal sponsor, great parent, Boosters Club president to work with. And he can pick up your car, change the tire with his left hand, and have it ready to go in no time. And they do all kinds of automotive work out there, not just tires.
Yeah, they really do. So if you need tires, go see Brian. Then Trinity Memorial Center's upscale, locally owned funeral home here in town. Just been in town been in business for about a year, and they'd be glad to talk with you. No obligations. They do a great job. They're out on John B. Dennis Bypass, and Wes Leonard and the good folks at Trinity Memorial Center's glad that they're on board with us at Dobbins Bennett football.
Try our layaway plan. Wasn't that what it was in the Dobbins Bennett annual there years ago?
I believe it was.
And they got on board with us last year in their first year of operation, and so we greatly appreciate them.
So Southern Dwellings, if you want to buy a house, Kia of Kingsport, if you want to buy a car, Hayworth Tires if you need tires, and Trinity Memorial Center to be the last one to let you down. So appreciate them.
I guess we ought to get Ernie's Egg Market on there too,
Ernie's
haven't we?
All right.
A1 large eggs, B1 large eggs, B2 large eggs, and they can't be too large.
All
okay.
right. That's a yoke, ain't it?
That's a yoke.
That's a yoke. All right. Afraid to get into the Roadhog here a little bit. Anyway, talk a little bit about, had a successful weekend, I believe, at Bristol Motor Speedway with the Dobbins Bennett Quarterback Club. Happened to go up to the racetrack and saw Brother Luthke and Brother Todd East up there hawking the programs, and that's always a great fundraising event, and really want to thank all the volunteers. I was involved with it for about 10 years, and really want to thank all the volunteers with the Quarterback Club, because it's tough work, but good income.
And we do appreciate them greatly. It's unbelievable what our Boosters Club does for our young men in our program, and we appreciate all their hard work and fundraising and taking care of our youngsters.
Dobbins Bennett Quarterback Club does meet every Tuesday night at the field house and in the Alumni Center upstairs, 6 o'clock. They have game film, and then the coach comes up and does the player recognition, has a few comments about the previous game and the upcoming game. So come out if you don't have anything on Tuesday night and support the Dobbins Bennett Quarterback Club. Coach, halftime comes. We're down 17-13. Any changes that you felt like you needed to make at halftime?
You know, we just kind of added, we added a little route that turned out pretty good for us. It wasn't something that was totally strange to us, but it's something we hadn't done in a while. And we thought it was something that we could take advantage of because of the aggressiveness of their secondary, and it ended up being our winning touchdown. So other than that, you know, we just said, guys, we got to keep hammering them. We got to make sure we don't give up big plays on defense. And they're going to get the ball first, and they got it first, and they, you know, they had some good things going, and we were able to get them stopped. I thought we got a little more pressure up front at times in the second half. Some good adjustments there defensively, and you know, we just challenged our guys to keep the tempo fast. You know, knew they would be tired. Keep the tempo fast and see if our conditioning would pay off. And I think it did. But, you know, in the second half, our offense had a field goal, 2 touchdowns, and then a first down, and then we got stopped because we got pretty conservative trying to run the clock down.
Right.
And then defensively, we gave up a touchdown and a field goal.
Okay.
You know, so really pretty good. Farragut had the ball 78 plays on the night, so our defensive guys were working hard on that. In that, gosh, it felt like it was about 90 degrees out there.
Yeah, I think they said at game time it's like 94 on the field.
Yeah, something that we hadn't had this year.
Right.
But about one day.
Right. Let's roll the second half here and get us started. They, as you said, they get the kickoff, and here we go.
Newly Burton, I think this is going to be making a nice stop. Newly, here you go. There we go, right there. Fights off that block, comes on over here, and makes a nice tackle. Number 27, Parton, was a good running back, too. He didn't have as many yards as Thomas, but he was a very versatile guy that was a good pass receiver also. 1st and 10, Ben Foster, Josh Holt coming in out of the secondary.
How many times did you tell me Thomas ran the ball?
Thomas ran it 27 times.
27 times.
Yeah. That's quite a night considering the heat.
Right.
2nd and 12. Once again, good job squeezing the trap, running to the ball. Ben Foster, Eric Lawson, I believe Roller's in on that too. We start, after this, a 15-play drive that ends up being a field goal. We got a 2nd down and 7 here, and Skylar East. Look at that great protection. Good ball to Elijah Dunn. Nice catch by Elijah. Again, one of his 6. We're cramping a little bit. We got a couple of guys cramping a little bit. We got a 16-yard run here from King Russell, sophomore running back, spelling Jacoby. Nice block by Blake Ruth. Let's see. Tyler Norris was over there.
Keep those feet going.
Keep those feet going. We had 1st in on the 8.
7 carries for 38 yards for King Russell.
Had to settle for a field goal again. That may have been the one we had the snap infraction on. We tried to get back on the ball and go quick, and we snapped the ball before the official was out of the way. Farragut has their own 15-play drive. Nice tackle there. Quentin Polanski, another sophomore. We got a bunch of sophomores that, we're back in fast motion here. Let's see. That was a nice adjustment by Skylar East off a scramble drill. It's a good ball to Mikael Foreman.
Let's run that back one more time.
I hope it doesn't go back in fast motion on you again.
Yeah, let's see here.
There we go. There you go. You got 2 plays back.
I thought we made a good one right here.
Yeah, what a nice
Good
tackle
tackle.
by Quentin Polanski. I don't know if y'all saw that the first time.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, we're not in fast motion. It's a good job. We're trying to run a little boot. Skylar avoids. They're covered. He keeps his eyes down the field. He finds Mikael Foreman. Big play of about 41 yards. And then we go, again, a nice scramble drill. First route that we had was not open. And Elijah does a good job. You work on the scramble drill about once a week. Probably ought to work on it more. We got good protection there, but Skylar has to move the pocket. And he finds Elijah, who makes a nice grab, runs out of bounds.
If I remember correct, Coach, it's like a 5 or 6 play drive and only took like 17 seconds or
It didn't take long.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that's done pretty quick because they'd gone up and this was when they were up by 11.
King Russell, again, another good block by Blake Ruth, Tyler Norris.
He gets out of
8-yard
bounds there.
gain.
So the clock stopped. Yeah, it didn't take much time off the clock.
And a lot of credit to Jacoby Thompson on this touchdown run, but let's give Tyler Norris, Blake Ruth, Michael Foster, Aaron Lawson,
Big hole.
and Taylor Helton
Big hole.
credit for opening that thing up. We decided to go for 2 to get it to, I would not show this play on TV, but decided to go for 2. Bryce Barrett right there, Jacob Rover finishing block, and we get it. And that really created some excitement, even more excitement.
I got to tell you, I was listening to this game, and I don't think the announcers ever figured out what you did on that play right there. They just kept hollering, woo, woo, woo. And then next thing you know, we're down by 3.
And we get a 3 and out. Rashad Hunter, Josh Holt. Hey, like that, a safety getting in on the sack.
Well, if you get 16, you're going to have to get in there sometime.
Like my man Fred Powell said one time, I said, Fred, why'd you make that tackle for a 2-yard loss? You're the safety. He said, whizzing man. I said, so what? He said, that's my man.
That was my man.
Jacob Roller, tackle for a 2-yard loss. So here we go. We got him 3rd down and 12. They've hit a couple of screen passes on us. We sniffed this one out pretty good. Matter of fact, I thought we were fixing to intercept it. Chris Moore, Newly Burton, you watch them. They'll read this screen here. They had some success with that thing. Big old tackles holding Newly there. He might have intercepted it. So here we are back on offense. 9-yard gain on 1st down. Again, nice run by Jacoby Thompson, but nice blocks up front too. That's our safety making the play.
But he's making it 8 or 9 yards
8 or
down
9
the field.
yards.
Rather than
Here we
2-yard
go.
loss.
Skylar East to Mikael Foreman, and it's funny because Mikael had a little bit of an injury in the first. So watch Skylar standing there and deliver that ball, man. He got hit right in the mouth. I gave Mikael a hard time. At halftime, the doctor said he was exhausted. He didn't look exhausted running around there in the end zone, did he?
No, he didn't. And now the Indians are up 31-27. Now we got to hold them right here.
Roller and Hope finishing him off. No gain, 30 tackles between them. 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5. Once again, they get a little push, but there comes Josh Holt out of the secondary. Got to wonder why we got to play him at free safety? I guarantee you, 16 tackles. 4th down and 2. They thought they had a little advantage over here, maybe a 2-on-2 type of situation. This is Devin Stewart. And Devin's out for football for the first time since his freshman year. Has battled mono in the preseason. Basketball and soccer guy. Watch him break up and make his tackle on this quick screen. Bam, right there.
He just
Tackle
fought
for a
that
loss.
guy off. Super job.
So here we go. 2 first downs and the game's over. Unfortunately, we only get 1. We get 1 right here on the first play. 10-yard gain, good push, nice cutback, Jacoby. Get upfield, lower that shoulder, at a baby. They end up holding us on a 3rd and 5. And Farragut starts their final drive.
We did a good job kicking the ball, though, too.
Landon Sayers, nice punt.
Yeah.
This would be Hall and Roller. That's Bodie Hall. Bodie was outweighed by about 60 pounds and just fought his heart out and made 6 tackles.
Probably about 60 pounds meaner, too, if he's like his daddy.
Like his mama, I think. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 3. This is a great break on the football by Devin Stewart. He's the only guy that's got a chance at this ball. Look at this. And he gets undercut, and we get pass interference.
Exactly. Oh, that one right there just, that got
I
me.
don't like to complain about it much, but now we had some words on that one. Anyway, this is
They've got the ball down about the 23, 24-yard line right here.
second down. They get a bad snap. Jacob Roller's coming. Thought we would maybe get that fumble. He gets him down. So it's 3rd and 17. They got that big old tall receiver over there at
Stooksbury.
Stooksbury.
Yeah.
We're going to try and work on Sam Stewart. Going to throw a post route here. Sam and Josh Holt right on it. And get that one broke up. Now we're 4th down and 17.
4th and 17. Big, big play right here.
And, they make a throw for about 15 and a half. And we're on it pretty good. We're trying to protect the end zone a little bit too. And they make the throw, and Sam's just hanging on, man. Come on, fight. Watch him fight.
Super.
We get him down. We get to go victory O, my favorite offense. And
take a knee and
I'm gonna tell you, I was sweating like Jimmy Swaggart at Revival over on the sidelines. And I wasn't crying, I wasn't singing, but I was sweating like Jimmy.
Yeah. Friday night, Coach, got the unveiling of the new renovations at J. Fred Johnson Stadium, and by the way, East Hamilton's coming to town.
And by the way, East Hamilton, once again, a good football team. They got beat by Signal Mountain 28-19. They got their quarterback hurt. Don't know what his status is, but they look like a typical East Hamilton team on defense. They run to the football. They've got a young man by the name of Martez Dura, plays safety for them. Last year they had Trey Herndon, who's at Vanderbilt now. Martez Dura is the same kind of guy. They will light you up coming from a secondary, man. I thought last year with Dura and Herndon and the other two young men they were one of the best secondaries I've seen in 38 years of coaching.
Wow.
They came up on run support. It was hard to fool them. 21-21 in the fourth quarter, and we have a couple of things go against us. But they're a talented football team that's spreading it out a little bit more. They're throwing it more than they did last year. They've taken their running back and moved him to corner. They've got two young running backs that can both go. And their center, Demetrius Morgan, is 6'3", 350 pounds.
Well, we ought to be able to go up against that.
350, baby. And he started for him last year. Got good feet. Coach Gatewood does a great job. So I know we'll be in for a battle Friday night in the opening of the new J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Come to a new bathroom for the first time since 1943.
Right.
Yeah, and see the Indians and hear the Indian band, and they took part of the band with them down there to Farragut. It was awesome. We'll have a great Friday night atmosphere. A little program beforehand to thank a lot of folks that have helped us with getting that stadium renovation done.
If you haven't been by there, it's incredible looking, like we've talked about before. Maybe someplace in Texas, but there ain't any place around that's got a facility like that. Got the big Jumbotron with the Pal's hot dog on it.
Make you want to go to a drive-thru every time you look up at it.
It does. And again, we want to say one thing, thanking the good folks from Southern Dwellings Real Estate, Kia of Kingsport, Hayworth Tires, and Trinity Memorial Centers for helping bring you this. And Coach, I won't be here next week. I know you've got a pinch hitter, and I'm not sure who it is.
It'll be somebody prettier than you, I'll tell you that.
They won't have. You can get a billy goat to do that. But let's roll Tribe and open up J. Fred Johnson the way it's supposed to be.
Roll Tribe, man.
With
Look forward to it.
See you next week on Dobbins Bennett Football.